Pretty elated. It's that happened really fast. I feel like I just got in there. So.
Was this the way you wanted it to happen?
Yeah. This is sort of the game plan that we expected we were going to implement, and we expected that was what he would do too. He would try to rush with a knee and try to snag a guillotine on the way down. That's pretty much how it happened. I listened to my coaches. They talked me through it, and then it's just a matter of time with the getting that arm bar and then just hitting. So that was the plan.
How was your preparation for your fight?
Back in February or so, I was a depressed, obese 206 pounds, not doing anything. And my buddy Mark Giovi was like, man, why don't you get in the mat, it'll clear your head, it'll give you something to do. Kind of got bit by the bug, and 8 months later, I'm in this cage. So it was that was my training camp in the long run, and then in the short of it was just a lot of grappling and a lot of anti-grappling, anti-striking stuff. I'm a wrestler with some bolt-ons. That's about it.
So you physically and mentally look amazing.
Thanks, I appreciate that. And I feel that way, it's like when I was in the military, I was doing a lot of physical stuff, and then I walked away from that when I was doing bookworm, smarty pants stuff. And I feel like getting back to my body and getting punched in the face once in a while, that can be really therapeutic, strangely as it might sound.
So how did it feel to be so done, especially in your debut?
Felt great. I was really surprised at how durable he was. I thought they were going to stop it earlier once I had that sort of chicken wing ride and I was hitting. But yeah, it felt good, and I'm just glad I listened to my coaches and I followed the game plan. And that some version of that was sort of what we were expecting.
So how simple or complex was this game plan? Gage is, of course, 10 fights into his career. You saw a lot of his fights. Watching his fights, was the plan being pretty open book?
Pretty much. So he fought Brendan Boats, my teammate, several months ago, and it was the same sort of thing. He's very aggressive and very pressuring in that opening exchange and in the first 30 seconds, first minute. So we knew that was his style, and if we could just negate that or meet it, with the takedown. As soon as we get past that gate, and then once we got past any sort of guillotine on the way down, it was just a matter of just getting some sort of positional hold and then just pounding until he gave up.
So how do you plan on building on this fight, building off of this fight for the rest of your career?
So I mean, this for me, this is one and done. It was more of a bucket list thing and something that I needed existentially to kind of close the book on my failed academic career, so to speak, and to get back to being a warrior again. So my hope is to really operate in like a coaching, training capacity and really help build up really South Shore sports fighting and just the wrestling base in the South Shore. That's my new project. I got a lot of writing that's in line with that, so hopefully I can make those two things work. But that's the plan. I don't know if you'll see me in the cage again, but you will see me in this community lending a hand in some capacity.
Cage fans love you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate how supportive you guys have been. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. First off, congratulations on a great win.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Obviously, your opponent, his record on paper wasn't the best.
Yep.
Did that change at all your preparation, or did you prepare like he was just an undefeated opponent?
It was less so much his record. It was more we were just paying attention to the Boats experience. Both Brendan's firsthand experience of sort of how he felt, and the videotape on him, and then he's got a couple like kickboxing video too. So I think there's a danger, obviously, like overanalyzing things, and I definitely have a weakness in that. So I try to not look at too much tape, but at least enough to get the feel of what's that opening exchange going to look like, and I feel like we have that down, So. Yeah.
What was your average weekly schedule for training camp? Some guys just stick to heavy jiu-jitsu, some guys stick to heavy kickboxing, some guys do a whole mix.
Right.
So what was your?
When I started in February or June, I was just showing up 3 times a week, lifting weights maybe once a week. When we got serious about actually doing a camp, I was showing up 6 days a week, taking 1 day off, and then in the mornings I was doing some 30 minutes of cardio, not even with any like plan for it, but more honestly just to like clear the cobwebs out of my head when I woke up and start as like a daily routine kind of thing. And I did that for 30 minutes every day, 6 times a week. So like 1.5 workouts a day, 6 times a week for whatever, 8 weeks, I guess. So
what did your day off entail? Just relax?
Relaxing and stretching and like just it was really like the wear and tear, you know. My cardio, my strength, everything, you know, feels like I didn't leave the military. I'm probably fitter now than when I was 25, except for the mobility and the joints. You know what I mean? Like it's really like structural tendon stuff that's like I need a day off just so I don't look like the you know, evolution of man getting out of bed, you know, trying to stand up. So really it's just like mobility work, I'd say. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. Oh. Hey.
All right, congratulations, Mike.
Thank you.
Quick thing, how does it feel to beat the Dunkin' Donuts queen?
It feels great. What's the reference there?
Dunkin' Donuts queen.
Yeah. Is that how he got that reference?
No, I just feel like that's what it is.
He is. Yeah. He's
I just feel like it's a disgrace, but in the long run, like your team is just stacked with great people.
Yeah.
Brendan, like I respect him to the total, complete respect. Because, you know, he's come in here and clocked into work and does what he's done.
Yeah.
And the same with you. And I'm happy to see the result for you. And how does it feel tonight to really take care of somebody who's, in my opinion, not taking the sport seriously?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. I mean, you look at Bill Mahoney built South Shore from the ground up. I mean, he was here in like the late 80s, early 90s. In the Paleolithic era of mixed martial arts, and he didn't give up on it. He built this entire system, this entire community, and really what Brennan and I are, we just inherited that system, and you know, so this is really the consequence of Bill Mahoney's system and training and everything, right? Brennan and I sort of just leapt atop that system as it was going. But as far as a standard setting, sort of policing like what the ethic of the sport ought to be about, the whole community. Yeah, I think that it's a good thing that we reinforce that, even if it requires, you know, two hobbyists in their 40s to do so, then so be it. But
to me, the age doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And the fact that Brendan himself, don't tell him I told you, but he said he can't run 50 yards. But I mean, he was in the octagon. He did the same thing.
Yeah. You ripped the guy apart.
Just as hard as you are. And respect to the military, I appreciate your service.
Thank you.
And, you know, how do you feel now that, you know, this is your one and done kind of fight?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's a victory for you tonight and you end on a good note?
Yeah, I think so. You know, it's just, you know, I when I got out of the military, I wanted to do one of two things. I wanted to either go in to be an academic philosopher or start a functional fitness MMA gym, something like that. I did the first thing a bit, then went into academia, that had its run, and now I'm coming back to my roots and doing the same sort of thing. So I think I used to coach Whitman Hanson too, their wrestling team. I helped start up the MMA program at Oxford when I was there. So I think coaching and training, like using my nerd brain to help these new athletes coming up, I really think that could be my contribution.
Well, great win, and glad you took care of the donut eater.
Thank you.
Wait, one last question.
Roger.
So tell me the backstory behind the, you know, one and done. Like, you know, it's not usually, a lot of people don't come into the MMA cage going one and done. What was the story? Because usually when someone enters MMA, they have a whole journey planned out in front of them.
Yeah.
They have accolades planned out.
Right.
For you, it's a one and done, and you want to go into coaching. What was the backstory behind that?
Some promises that I've made to family members that are, you know, concerned that my Smarticus brain is going to get damaged too much and I won't be able to write, you know. So I'm like, fair enough, you know, I've made some promises to people, and that's, you know, I want to keep good on that.
Well, congratulations and good luck on your coaching endeavors.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks a lot, guys. Anything else?